Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you. Myself Dr. B.B. Sonamne. Today we are going to see the life cycle of Spirogyra part first. Spiro means coiled and gyra means curve. So student, today our subtopic is introduction, systematic position, habit and habitat, thallus structure and structure of typical cell. Now first point, introduction. Spirogyra is a green filamentous of algae. The name Spirogyra was given by a Link in 1820. It is usually fresh water bright green algae. It is worldwide in distribution. It grows as a free floating wild masses. It can occur in the unmoving fresh water, ponds, lake, etc. The name of the algae derived from its ribbon-like spirally twisted chloroplast. The genus Spirogyra is represented by 400 species. Out of these, 94 species have been reported from India. Now, we are going to start systematic position. First, group algae. There are some reason for it. First point, plant body is thalloid, means the plant body does not differentiate into root, stem and leaves, containing chlorophyll bearing organism. Next division, chlorophycophyta. Some reason for it, they are green color because of chlorophyll A and B, carotenoids and xanthophylls. Pigments are localized in chloroplast with pyrenoids. The reserve food material in the form of starch. Next, class Chlorophyceae, order Zygnematales. Some reason for it, the plant body is simple, filamentous and grows only in fresh water algae. Sexual reproduction takes place by a conjugation of two gametes denoted +10 and -10. Next family, Zygnemataceae. The large family of Zygnemataceae, the plant body is unbranched and filamentous. Genus Spirogyra. One to more than a few ribbon-like chloroplasts are located parietal in position. Now, we are going to see the habit and habitat. Spirogyra is commonly found in the freshwater algae. They are found in stagnant water, means unmoving water, ponds, pools, tank, etc. While some species like Spirogyra adenata may be found in running water. The plant body is long, green, cylindrical and multicellular unbranched filaments. The filaments are usually occur as the free floating masses in the water, but few species develop specialized structure, nothing but heptaron or hold fast cell. with the help of which they can get attached with the substratum. Next point, structure of thallus. The thallus consists of long, slender thread-like unbranched filaments which occur in the dense clusters. It is about 10 to 100 micrometer in width. The filaments are several centimeter long, macroscopic and uniseriate. Uni means single row. The algae are mostly free floating but rarely attached by the attaching basal cells, that is called as a hold fast cell. The hold fast cell is observed only at young stage of Spirogyra. The filamentous of Spirogyra are unbranched with many cells placed at end to end in a single row. Spirogyra is nothing but the pond silk or water silk, because the filamentous slippery and shine like silk due to continuous formation of the mucilage layer. Due to dissolutions of pectin of its cell wall, the chloroplast is ribbon shape and is arranged in a spirally manner. The number of bands in a spiral may be different up to 1 to 12. In some species, the number of bands is definite. Next one, structure of typical cell. The cell of the filaments are cylindrical in the form of with a transverse end wall. First, cell wall. Second, protoplast include a plasma membrane, chloroplast, pyrenoids, nucleus and central vacuole. First one, cell wall. The cell wall is a commonly two-layered wall. The inner layer is composed of cellulose, while the outer layer is of the pectin substance. The inner cellulose layer form a complete envelope around the protoplast. Outer pectin layer dissolve in the water and form a slimy sheath. This mucilage sheath is sometimes referred as the third layer of the cell. The cross wall is three-layered. There is a middle lamella of pectose with the cellulose layer on the both sides. The cell wall is protective in function. Next one, protoplast. It is differentiated into plasma membrane, chloroplast, nucleus, pyrenoids and a large central vacuole. Now we are going to see plasma membrane. It is the plasma membrane is a differentially permeable membrane, means a porous membrane. The cytoplasm form a thin lining in a contact with the cell wall closely invested by the plasma membrane. Next one, now you can see chloroplast. These are embedded in the cytoplasm and parietal in position, either narrow with a broad spiral manner running in anti-clockwise direction from one end to other end. Next one, pyrenoid. Each chloroplast is spotted all over at interval with small spherical rounded bodies, nothing but pyrenoids. The number of pyrenoids varies from 1 to 16. It is probably function to fix carbon. Next one, you can see nucleus. There is a large single nucleus present in the center of the cell and suspended in the middle of the cell by a fine strand of cytoplasm. The transfer wall separating two adjoining cells has a middle lamella. And last one, now you can see the central vacuole. Central vacuole, the cytoplasm enclose a large central vacuole filled with cell sap. Cell sap is rich in tannin and other organic and inorganic compound. The cell sap vacuole is separated from the surrounding cytoplasm by a thin semi-permeable membrane, nothing but tonoblast. Next one, nourishment. Means the reserve food material in the form of starch. It has a autotrophic mode of the nutrition. All the cells of the filaments are alike separated from each other by the means of septa. This is a septa. The entire cells are capable of independent survival, receiving their mineral food from the water by absorption on the entire surface and make carbohydrates by photosynthesis. So student, in this lecture we study introduction of Spirogyra, systematic position, habit and habitat, thallus structure and structure of typical cell. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.